Yo, how's it going, everyone? This is Mitchell Mander here, and welcome to another review of the Pokemon Aim to be a Pokemon Master miniseries. Today we're going to be covering episode 2, and Ash reunites with the very first Pokegirl, Misty. She's back, guys. So, how was this episode overall? Well, before I get into that, you guys know the drill. If you're new to the channel, like this type of content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It'd be pretty awesome if you would do that. So Ash and his Pokemon have come to the sea, and for this episode, he rotated his team again, this time bringing out Rowlet, Totodile, Leavanny, and Corphish. So this gives me some hope that maybe Incineroar will appear in a future episode and actually battle, because we never got that in Sun and Moon or in Journey, so fingers crossed Incineroar comes back and battles. But anyways, they're hanging out, they're chilling, but they come across a wild Clawcher, which Ash tries to catch, which he's stopped by Misty, who also wants to catch the Pokemon as well. Turns out that Misty is actually on a journey again, as her sisters have returned and they're actually taking over the gym, at least while Misty is gone. Who knows? Maybe she has to go back and become a gym leader again. But for now, she's on a journey. She's just going out and doing her own thing now. But anyways, they both want the Clawcher, so they start fishing. They agree to battle for it. And both of them end up falling in the water, which I thought was funny. But anyways, Team Rocket are lurking nearby in their Magikarp submarine, which is really cool to see that again. But anyways, they're like super hungry, they're starving, so they actually want to eat the Pokemon. That's why they want it, so, well. That's the thing, hopefully, Pokemon PETA doesn't come after them. But anyways, they get blasted off. They don't have a whole lot of screen time here. But anyways, it seems like Corphish and Clawcher here actually form a friendship or a romance or a bromance. Not really sure, but they have a pretty cool bond in this episode. But anyways, we move on to the Ash versus Misty battle. With Team Rocket out of the way, Ash and Misty commence their battle, which is Corphish versus Misty's Palatoad, and Ash loses? What? Yeah. Misty beat the world champion, which, by the way, I forgot to mention this earlier. I like the fact that she mentions that Ash won the world championships and she was watching his matches. That was really cool. But I guess Misty's the new world champion? Not really, though. Obviously, Corphish wasn't part of the team that won Ash that tournament. Nor has Ash used Corphish anytime soon, so he's probably a bit rusty. Which is why they do some training towards the end of the episode. But anyways, Misty actually ends up catching the Clawcher, which I thought was pretty neat. And also, what I thought was interesting too was that Latias from the previous episode carried over and was shown towards the end of the episode, which that's pretty neat. But anyways, the episode comes to an end with Ash on his way with Misty sneaking behind like she used to do in the original series. And she decides to join him on his journey, so Ash and Misty are once again traveling together as this episode comes to an end. Oh, and I almost completely forgot about this. So once again, Team Rocket are in Paldea, at least for those little segments that they're doing at the end of the episode. And of course, they came across Miraidon and got blasted off. So cool to see Miraidon, but, you know, same old with these shorts. So we'll see if they continue it on after this episode. Maybe we see other Paldea Pokemon, maybe some Paradox Pokemon. That'd be pretty cool, but I guess we'll see what happens for the next few episodes. Now, overall, I thought this was a good but not great episode. I think this episode was definitely better than last week's episode, but still not kind of where I want it to be. I'm thinking next week's episode is actually going to be like the really good episode and kind of just setting the series in motion after that episode. But this was still a pretty good episode. When I initially watched it, I didn't really care for it, to be completely honest. But upon rewatching it, I realized that this episode was actually better than what I was thinking originally. So yeah, a pretty good episode overall. I like the fact that Misty's back here. Her personality is just as great as ever. I actually liked a lot of her faces she made throughout the episode. It was pretty funny. It reminded me of some of the faces she's made in the original series, so that's pretty cool. Ash was acting kind of snarky too, especially towards Misty, and I definitely missed this side of Ash. We definitely didn't see it a lot in Journey, so seeing it here was pretty refreshing. And I just like the chemistry they have overall throughout the episode. It's really nice. Now, some other things I thought were pretty nice in this episode. There was a moment earlier in the episode where Pikachu's going up to Misty, but Psyduck thinks that Pikachu's coming to him and he's going to hug Pikachu, which Pikachu completely ignores him, goes straight for Misty, and I thought that was hilarious. That was probably the funniest moment in the entire episode. There were some other funny moments as well. But another thing that I actually really liked in this episode is Latias carrying over from the previous episode. So I'm actually starting to think that Latias might actually cameo in every single episode. That's still to be seen. So we'll have to look out to see if Latias appears in next week's episode. And if it does, I'm pretty sure that it's just going to carry on throughout the series. But yeah, that was also pretty nice. Misty getting some development here, catching a new Pokemon is pretty cool. I'm not really expecting Ash to either catch or evolve his Pokemon. I mean, if it happens, cool. I know people are hoping that he catches Latias at some point. They were thinking in the first episode, but some people are saying maybe it'll happen towards the end of this mini-series. He'll catch Latias, which I'll be okay with that. That'd be pretty cool, but let's just keep our expectations in check and just assume that it's not going to happen, just so people don't get let down. That's just me, though. But it would still be pretty cool, though. Now, when it comes to the cons of this episode, and I guess this goes for the series as a whole so far, I'm unsure how I feel about Ash's reserves so far. Like, it's cool to see them, but they're not really being utilized as much as I want them to be. Like, in this episode, Corphish was the MVP and got the most shine, whereas the other Pokemon kind of just felt like they were there. Now, I get that Rowlet's whole gimmick is that it just sleeps all the time, which I get that, but he does have his moments where he shines, so surely he could have done something. And he didn't do anything, and there's a chance that this might be the last time we see these Pokemon, so yay for Corphish, but nay for the other three, if I'm being completely honest. I don't know, I feel like there's a little bit of an imbalance right here. I'm hoping maybe future episodes remedy this issue, but if this truly is the last time we're going to see these Pokemon, then yeah, I'm kind of left unsatisfied with some of them, if I'm being completely honest. I'm hoping that this doesn't happen with every single episode. I want every single Pokemon that Ash rotates in his team to get some time to shine, and not get them left in the background, so to say. Now, another con I had with this episode, and honestly with the series so far, is how Team Rocket is being handled. I gotta say, I'm kind of disappointed with how they're being handled. It's just the same old with them. They try to capture Ash's Pokemon. In this case, they tried to capture the Clauncher and try to eat it, which was kind of different, I guess, but still, they're not really being utilized the best, in my opinion. I'm hoping they do something with them towards the end of the series, because I don't want this to be like the same thing every single episode, because it's going to be getting repetitive after a while. I always think back to the Journeys episode with Cassie and Butch, where Cassie and Butch have left Team Rocket, and the seeds are seemingly planted for Jesse, James, and Meowth to do the same. But obviously that didn't happen in that episode. I'm hoping that maybe they potentially remember those events, and then when the time comes, they get a good resolution, and maybe they leave Team Rocket, or Team Rocket disbands because Giovanni's been captured or something like that. Who knows? We got 9 more episodes to see if there's going to be any resolution there. It'd be kind of weird, honestly, if Team Rocket actually doesn't dissolve or something towards the end of this series. Because it's like, okay, Ash's story is over, but Giovanni and Team Rocket are still out there committing crime, so is anyone going to do anything about that? Because, yeah, that'd be kind of weird. So hopefully there's a proper resolution for these characters. Maybe Giovanni is captured and Jesse, James, and Meowth, they leave Team Rocket and they get a proper resolution. Maybe we'll get an episode for that. Who knows? But I'm really hoping that they do something with them, because as of right now within this series, I'm kind of unsatisfied with them so far. So hopefully this changes in the future. Alrighty guys, that's all I got for this episode review. So overall, a good episode. It's a 7 out of 10 episode from me. Originally I was going to give it a 6 out of 10, but after rewatching it and realizing some things I missed when I originally watched it, yeah, this episode is a little bit better than what I was giving it credit for, so bumping it up to a 7 out of 10. So in the comment section down below, post your thoughts. What do you think about this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What do you think about Misty rejoining Ash? What do you think about Latias appearing in this episode again? Do you think it's going to appear throughout the series? Do you think Ash is going to eventually capture this Pokemon? What do you think is going to happen? At least it's cool that there's some continuity between these episodes, so that's pretty nice. But anyways, post your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you'd like the channel, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And yeah, that's all I got. So have a good day or night, and I'll see you all later. Bye.